I'm Shanti and welcome back for episode 2 of my crafty little blog. We have taken the Christmas tree down. Today is actually the 1st of January 2023, so I am spending my New Year's Day just pottering around and doing some knitting. I'm doing some spinning and just really welcoming in the new year, spending the day how I hope to spend the rest of my year. So feeling very thankful that we've been able to welcome in a new year, that we're fortunate enough to be here. And yeah, so we've taken down the Christmas tree. I've put back my little corner with all my things, my spinning wheel, and I'm feeling like our house is kind of getting put back together a little bit after the Christmas rush. But I hope everyone had a beautiful Christmas. I hope you had full hearts and full tummies, and that you have welcomed in the new year in the best ways possible. So I feel like I haven't got a lot of things to show this episode because it has been Christmas, and with that comes all of the craziness with the baking and all of that other sort of stuff. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to really sit down and relax this last kind of month. We did go to Melbourne, which was awesome. Long drive. It was great to be home, but so awesome to see family again, which we haven't seen for a long time, and just have those new experiences with the kids. And it is school holidays as well, so if you hear any thumping or bumping or whining, that is because I have 4 kids at home at the moment on school holidays. So I don't know, we may need to stop and pause things here and there, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So yeah, it's been busy. It's been a really busy month. I don't feel like I've done a whole lot of finished projects and stuff, but I have managed to get a few things completed. So yeah, the first thing was on the way to Melbourne, I took some yarn to make some socks while we were driving. I didn't know if I would get sick or not. I don't know if other people get car sickness when they're looking down. I can't read while we're driving, so I kind of assumed that maybe I might get car sickness, but it was completely fine. So I did pack I've written everything down. The Shorty Sock pattern set by Summer Lee Designs. This was some hand-dyed yarn that I had left over from a project, and so I ended up using this one, but I managed to get both socks done on the way there and the way back from Melbourne, which was really, really cool. So yeah, this is the frilly sock ones that I did. I've already worn them once. I've worn them with my brown clogs, and they just look super adorable, so I'm definitely going to be making more of these ones. They were super easy to make up. They worked up really, really quickly, but I think I'm going to have to add on some frills to some socks for my girls as well, I think, because with little boots in winter and some knitted frilly socks, I think will be super adorable. I made the smallest size in these as well. So that is one project that I completed. I did get this wooden sock blocker while we were in Melbourne as well. I'll go through the things that I bought while we were down there in a minute, but this is one of the things that I bought as well. I can't remember which shop that we got this one from, but it says timber.com, so I'm assuming that that's the brand, but yes, I love them. And I finally got some wooden sock blockers, which I'm really, really happy about. And yeah, so that is one of the first things that completed objects. Yes, and The second thing that I have is the tulip sweater that I was making for Juniper. This is the size 4. Is it 4 to 6? 2 to 4? I don't know. One of them. So this is the tulip sweater by Bee Mandarins. I've made myself one of these and I love it. I actually need to make a smaller size because the first one that I made is really big on me now and doesn't fit. So I'm going to have to cast on one for myself. But this is the one that I made for Juniper. I made this before we went to Melbourne. I think I got this done in like 2 or 3 days. It works up super fast and it's just adorable. Yeah, because it was freezing while we were in Melbourne, and as I said in my last vlog, my kids had outgrown all of their winter clothes, and obviously it's coming into summer here, so it's super hard to find winter clothes or warm clothes for kids at the moment because everything is summer stock. Plus I didn't want to go and buy them more winter clothes that they will most definitely outgrow by the time winter hits next year. So I was this was one of the things that I'm glad that I could knit up, because this will definitely fit her come winter again. Yeah, and it is just super snuggly over a little dress, a little linen dress come winter will be great. And Gertie has asked for one as well. So I have 2 more tulip sweaters, one for me and one for Gertie, that I'm going to have to knit up. Yeah, I just need to try and find some yarn that Gertie will be okay wearing. She does have sensory issues, so yeah, wool isn't the best option for her. It's itchy for her, so you know, it's kind of hard to find something that is acrylic that still looks nice, that doesn't look acrylic. But yeah, we will definitely find something. But that is one of the other finished objects that I have. The next thing that I have is the dog star sweater that I was making for my husband. Is finished. Yeah, so this one is all done. Again, we could take this to Melbourne, which was really handy because it was freezing. So yeah, that one is finished as well. It is quite big on him, unfortunately. He's lost a bit of weight since I started making this one. But it is still, it's super snuggly, and everyone loves big jumpers in winter, so that's definitely going to get it's definitely going to get worn, and there are a lot of hours put into these garments, so he better wear it, hopefully. So yeah, that's another finished object that I have. I do have one over here that I forgot to grab. This is the Petite Jumper by the Petite Knitter. So this little sweater ornament I made as well. This is made out of hand spun yarn that I had laying around. It uses almost nothing. So this was a little ornament that I made for a Christmas tree. I think I made it like 2 days before Christmas, so I didn't have a lot of time to make any more for the Christmas tree this year. But I do like to make a few handmade ornaments each year and just slowly fill our tree up with, yeah, beautiful handmade pieces and bits that hopefully the kids, as they grow up, they remember things, and you know, once they get brought out, it reminds them of Christmas, and they're special because they've been made by me, and hopefully I can hand them down to the kids. But yeah, this was one of the ones that I've been wanting to make, little sweater ornaments. Maybe I can make some more this year, and embroider their names, the first letter of their name on them would be kind of cute as well. So yeah, this was super fun to make. I think it took like an hour to knit up. I used a 5mm needle, so yeah, super quick, super cute, and this one hasn't gone back in the Christmas box. That's going to be sitting out, I think, because it's just too cute to put it away. But that is the Petite Jumper by the Petite Knitter, and she's also on Instagram. You can find her. So yeah, that is another finished object. Oh my gosh. I did do some gift knitting this year. I made the Zuzu's Petals cowl by Karina Spencer. I made that for my mum with some hand-dyed yarn that I got from Bend-to-Bow Woolen Mills. I had made that pattern before for myself in hand-dyed yarn as well, and it's one of my favourite cowls to wear in winter. It goes with everything, and yeah, and my mum always loved mine, so I made her up a blue one for part of her Christmas present. Obviously I don't have that on me now because that's been gifted, but that was another finished object that I had finished this month. Yes, so I think that's everything that I have for my finished objects. I have been doing some more spinning. I've been spinning some of the natural fleece that I have in my stash. These are all, I think I spoke last time, these are all from Fibre Arts Shed. So these are all coming along nicely. Yeah, I'm obsessed with all the different colours and the fact that they're all undyed. They're all natural. So yeah, I'm loving all of these ones at the moment. I have been processing more of the alpaca that I had in my shed. So that's coming along too. My mum got a hand carder, so I have taken out a bunch of the alpaca to her house to drum card. Did I say hand card or drum card? Drum carder. So which is still really time consuming. Processing fleece and from scratch is definitely not a fast process, but it's relaxing and therapeutic and so satisfying when you know that you've done it all yourself. So yeah, I've taken a bunch of this out to her house to drum card. So I've got a bunch of this ready to spin up. So thanks Mum for buying a drum carder. So that is there ready to go. I do have more of this grey at the moment on my wheel here. I'm kind of trying to stick to what I've got in my basket here and kind of get most of the alpaca carded before I really start on that. I only have 4 bobbins for my spinning wheel, and as much as I would love to buy more, I know for a fact that if I buy more that it will be like my knitting whip pile. I'll have started projects here and there and everywhere, and I don't need that for my spinning wheel. So I refuse to buy more bobbins for my spinning wheel, and so I'm forced to do one kind of project at a time. So at the moment I'm spinning all of this up still. This is from Fibre Arts Shed. I'm trying to get all of that down. I'm not going to buy any more fleece until I've gone through the rest of the alpaca, because I did mention in my last vlog that I have I think there's 3 different colours in there, so yeah, that'll kind of change that up a little bit. It won't be as boring doing one colour, so I can change them up a little bit there. But yeah, so they are coming along really nicely, which is great. Yeah, so things that I've started are, I think this is probably the only thing that I've actually started. Whoops. This is the Rota cardigan by, I'm going to mess up your last name, Anna, I'm sorry, Anna Sjosbard, I think is how we pronounce it. I'm not sure, but I will put the link to her Instagram down below. But this is her rota cardigan, and I am knitting this one up in a 5-ply. This is from Morrison Sons. This is Inez 5-ply, and it is 70% wool, 20% alpaca, 7% acrylic, and 3% viscose. So it's not 100% wool. Usually I try to buy 100% wool, but this, it looks very rustic and it's super soft. So look, I'm not going to say no, but this is knitting up so nicely. It is a 5-ply, so it's actually, it is quite thin, but again, we're in Australia, so you know, the 12-ply, you know, like really thick sweaters, I can't wear them as much as cardigans that are a little bit thinner. So this is such a great pattern. It's thin enough that I could wear this now. Today it is raining, and we went down to the riverbank to watch the fireworks last night with the kids. Yeah, and it was right on the water, and it's still fairly chilly. I took a shawl down with me to just put over my shoulders because the nights still are a little bit chilly, and today it's raining, and again it's a little bit cooler, so this would be perfect to wear even today. But come winter, I mean, you can layer it up, and yeah, definitely something that I can wear all year round living in Australia with our climate. So that is the rota cardigan, and yeah, I'm super excited at how that's working up. I love it. The yarn it's quite rustic, but it is, I guess the alpaca is making it really soft. Yeah, so this is yarn that I bought while we were in Melbourne. This was from Morrison Sons. They have a store in the city, and yeah, so there, I might actually go through what I bought there now because this is out. So yeah, this is one of the ones that I bought from Morrison Sons. Got my basket of little things here. I got some of the Rowan felted tweed. This one is 50% wool, 25% alpaca, and 25% viscose. I don't know if there's a colour name for it or not. No, but this is about a 5-ply as well, I think, from memory. So I'm hoping to make a beret out of this. I have 3 balls of this one. Yeah, I have 3 balls of this one. So yeah, I was thinking of making a little beret out of this. They had one knitted up in their shop, and yeah, I absolutely loved it. I don't know if I'm not really a beanie or beret kind of a person, but look, if I make one up, I'm hoping that I will be. So yeah, this is, again, it's super rustic, and all the different colors that they had in store as well were just so gorgeous. So I think at some point I'm going to have to look at getting a bunch of different colors. I don't know about anybody else, but when it comes to using color work and figuring out color work on my own, I'm just an indecisive person. So choosing colors gives me the worst anxiety, and I usually end up just packing everything in and not starting projects because I can't commit to colors and yarn choices. So they did have a pack online. I don't know if they had it in store or not. Online they had a pack of the Rowan, and because this is a 5-ply, it would be really good for color work. Yeah, there's a pack, so I'm with a bunch of, I think it was 10 different colors. I think it was 10, maybe 12, I'm not sure. but it's on their website, on Morrison Sons website. Yeah, so I think at some point I'm going to order that. Yeah, so they were the two colours. I think that's all that I got from Morrison Sons. Oh, I did buy some wool wash as well. Some of, is it soaked? I think it's soaked. I got some of their wool wash as well. I only got the little bottle because my skin is super sensitive and I am allergic to a lot of different ingredients, chemical ingredients in washing products. So I got a small bottle of that to try out. I'm hoping that my skin does okay with it. I did get a small bottle of the Eucalan as well to try that. So I'm hoping that my skin does okay with both of those wool washes. If not, yeah, I can use them maybe for the girls' sweaters or my husband's sweaters, and yeah, it won't go to waste. But I'm hoping that my skin plays nicely with those as well. No, I got these as well. Whoops. These ones from Morrison Sons as well. This is Maya lace weight. This is 100% baby alpaca, and it's so soft. It is so soft. I absolutely love it. So that's also kind of rustic looking, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna make with this, but it was brown baby alpaca, so I kind of have to buy it. But yeah, it's nice to have that in my stash. I'm sure that I'll figure something out to make with that, but yeah, absolutely gorgeous. It's so super soft. Yeah, so that is what I got from Morrison Sons. We also stopped at Maker store in Brunswick, and oh my gosh, it is absolute heaven in that little shop. They have a wall of skeins, and it was so hard to walk out of there with what I got. Everything was beautiful. The staff in there are so friendly. They're so beautiful. So it just made it was nice going in there, and it was a nice vibe. So yeah, so what we got from there, these are black wattle. These ones, oops, no, not that one. These ones are black wattle, I think. I thought I had another one, but I don't. Nope. So these are black wattle yarn and fiber. These are Australian dye, I'm pretty sure. So I got these 3 from them. I think knitting socks while I was driving, I had socks on the brain, so I got a lot of sock yarn, which is completely fine. So I think I'm going to knit up the girls a pair of socks in these ones. There's some frilly socks in this one. It's just so sweet. Yeah, so they were 3 that I got from there. Go back in there. I also got this one, Ren and Ollie, some green. That one's evergreen. This one, 344 myths, I'm not sure. Malabrigo, again, I'm not sure. These were all from Maker, so I'm sure that they have them on their websites as well. This is really cool. I thought this would look really good with my clogs as well. And these 2 mini skeins, just to kind of change it up a little bit. So that is what I got. Actually, no, I got a needle holder as well, because my needles were kind of just in one of my sewing baskets, and it was about time, like something was going to get lost. So I got a little leather needle case to hold all of my knitting needles. Yeah, yeah, so that is really cool. I am a little bit less worried about them going missing now. And I got some stitch holders, which are super cute. I haven't even opened those yet. And some of the precious metal stitch markers by Coco Knits, so which I love. They're really cool. There's 3 different sizes in there, so I have some on my Rhoda cardigan, sorry. And yeah, so that, I'm pretty sure that's it that I got from Maker Store. They're in Brunswick. The second shop we went to was Sunspun in Canterbury, and again, it's just a beautiful shop in there. They had so many different yarns that I wanted to go home with, and I feel like I had, again, not being able to commit to things, I feel like I could have walked out with so much more if I had have committed to a project or something. So, but I didn't leave empty-handed, which is good. Whoops. I walked out with these beautiful yarns. The colours in this line were just absolutely gorgeous, so beautiful. These ones are Isaga. This is spinny. 100% wool, and yeah, these are, I'm thinking I'm going to make a shawl out of these colors. I'm not sure what one yet, but I'm thinking this should be enough for a shawl, or yeah, a cowl, something, I don't know, but that's what I had in mind when I picked these ones up. So I absolutely love them. I also grabbed, oops, we have a runaway. This is the same brand, Isaga. This is Highland wool. And I love these colors as well. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm thinking I might make socks out of these. I think it was a pattern by the Petite Knitter. I think it was one of her patterns that I had in mind when I grabbed these yarns. So I think I'm going to make some socks out of these. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous yarns. Yeah, so that is what I got. Oh no, I also got a book that I had been wanting to get for such a long time. This is Shetland by Marie Wallen, and the colour work is just, oh, I love it. And I am also obsessed with Shetland Isles and all of those kind of islands in Scotland and Ireland and all of that. That's like top of my to travel list. So this book is just perfect. There is a sweater in here that I am wanting to make. This one is the sweater that I'm wanting to make out of this book. So I'm going to have to find some yarn, or maybe I might use some of my hand spun for this one, but I absolutely love the sweater. So that is one of the book that I got from Sunspun as well. Yeah, so I also have this one. I'm not sure which shop I got this one from. Oops. But this is also one of the other ones that I got. So yeah, I love it. They're all kind of, I don't know, I don't have a lot of plans in mind or projects in mind for all of them, but yeah, I bought with my heart. Is that a thing? We'll make that a thing. So yeah, that is what I got while we were in Melbourne. So yeah, I've got plenty of yarn to start projects with. I have written everything down. I do on my to make list for this month. I'm wanting to find some yarn to make Gertie her tulip sweater. That's probably top of my list to get that going. And the Agnes sweater by Bethany Lynn on Instagram is a crochet granny square crochet vest, and I haven't crocheted in a while, so I'm thinking I'm going to start one of those. Yeah, just to swap it up a little bit, because I do tend to grab my knitting needles over my crochet hooks these days. But yeah, so I think that that's going to be, I might even cast that on this afternoon, because I have a bunch of odds and ends of wool that I've used for colourwork sweaters for the kids, so I'm sure that I will have plenty of things, bits and pieces to make that with. I'm so horrible at pronouncing things. The Clay Quat by Tin Can Knits is also another cardigan that I'm wanting to make Juniper for the coming winter. I have made her one before, and it's a stitched cardigan, so that was the first stitched pattern that I had made, and I don't think cutting into a knitted handmade cardigan gets easier. It's still absolutely nerve-wracking hoping that it's not going to unravel, but that is a super fun pattern to make, and obviously being a kid size, the colour work, it works up super fast, so even doing the colour work, yeah, it's not, you kind of move on to the next part of the sweater a lot quicker than you would in an adult sweater, so it doesn't get boring. It works up really quickly. I have a bunch of hand dyed yarn here that I think I'll use for that sweater. Yeah, so that is another thing on my to make. Yeah, so I've got a few bits and pieces. I've gone through my wardrobes, and I have a heap of dresses that don't fit, some overalls, and they're all made out of 100% cotton and linen. So I think I'm going to cut those up to make napkins. There are a few stains and holes on a few of them, so they're not really ones that I could probably pass on, but waste not, want not. So I'm going to cut those up and make them into napkins and serviettes and stuff for the table. So that's another thing that I have planned, and I also am wanting to start some embroidery hoops for the little girl's bedroom. Juniper's just moved in with Gertie, so she's out of our bed now, which I'm really sad about, but she's 4, so she was ready to have a big girl bed, and she is loving it. She's super happy that she has her own space and her own bedroom now. So I'm wanting to make some embroidery hoops for above each of the girls' beds, just with the first letter of their names and maybe some flower details. I found a few patterns online, but they're not exactly what I'm looking for, so I'm thinking I may need to draft my own, which will be fun and will break things up a little bit as well between the knitting and all of that stuff. So yeah, I think I'm also going to, I have the Adelaide pajama pattern from Little Lizard King. I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. I'll double check, and I will put links below this video for everything, all the patterns that I'm planning on making and I've spoken about. So the Adelaide pattern is children's pajamas, so I'm going to make up some pajamas for the girls. I have a bunch of old sheets, vintage sheets, florals that are super pretty, and they're very soft, so they make perfect pajamas and nightgowns for the girls. So that is also another project that I'm going to have to pull my sewing machine out for. But I think that that is about it for today and for right now. But I will probably add in some footage of Melbourne and of drum carding some fleece at the end of this video. But I think that's about it. So yeah, welcome to 2023. I hope this year is full of positivity and amazing, great things for everybody. And yes, thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye.